Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the difference between physical and chemical changes. So, the key idea is that a chemical change creates a new substance while a physical change does not. So, that means in order to decide if something is a physical or chemical change, you just need to ask one question. Does it create a new substance? And a reminder, the word substance in chemistry means something that is not a mixture. You must create a new element or compound that was not present before the change. So let's take a look at a few examples. If you break something in half, it's still made out of the same stuff. So that would be a physical change. Another example of a physical change would be changing the state of matter. For instance, if you melt cheese on a cheese pizza, well, the cheese changes from a solid to a liquid, but it's still cheese. It's still the same stuff. It's still made out of the same elements and compounds you had beforehand. So anytime you change a state of matter, whether that's melting, boiling, freezing, or condensing, it's still the same stuff. One last example is mixing things. So if I dissolve salt in water, what's happening is the salt is just mixing in with the water, right? Dissolving is a fancy word for mixing. So when the salt dissolves in the water, I make salt water. But remember, salt water is a mixture, not a substance, right? The salt water mixture still contains the same substances that we had before the reaction. That's why all of these are physical changes. Let's compare that with some chemical changes. So in this video, which you can watch on your own, I show a chemical change where when I mix those two solutions, it changes color. It forms a new substance that is dark red. So that is a chemical change because that dark red stuff was not present before the chemical change. Another example is burning a match. Whenever you burn a match, you form two new substances. One thing you always produce when you burn something is carbon dioxide gas given off in the smoke. And then the other substance is some sort of ash, right? So if you burn a match, you form carbon dioxide that was not present before the change. So that is a chemical change. Same with burning pretty much anything else. Other examples include things like rust or corrosion. So when iron rusts, the iron actually changes into a new substance called iron oxide. That's the scientific name for rust. So when iron oxide is formed, and as iron rust, that is forming a new substance. Same with the corrosion of copper or silver. Again, in those cases, the corrosion is actually a new substance that is formed. When you bake a cake, you form carbon dioxide gas from the baking. That makes the cake nice and fluffy. Well, the carbon dioxide gas was not present before the baking powder was heated up. So that is a chemical change. And finally, if you cook an egg, it changes the proteins from one kind into a different kind. That's why cooked egg looks and acts different than an uncooked egg. So I hope that this helps you understand the difference between physical and chemical changes. Have a nice day, everyone.